Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So it is Monday, which means of course it is decorating day. So just jumping straight on in. As you can see, I've already kind of got a little envelope here because I've already made this week's, is it? No, it's not. I thought it was just on that one, but it's not. So just pulling those out and we'll just put the planner off to the side. So you've already got a bit of a hint here of what I'm going to do because I've already made my envelope up. So I'm going to go back to using the red orange kind of side of the absolutely beautiful Write Your Own Tomorrow range. I got the decoration tape in a recent mini haul, which I have done a video of, so I will link it below. And this is what it looks like when you put it out, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And so I kind of thought I'd use this as a bit of an inspiration for this. So all I've done with this envelope is just made it as I normally do, put using notepaper out of the notepaper pad with the red side of this range, and then I've just put the decoration tape all around the outside and then cut up the little decals off the bottom and put them down there. I did also do the back. I don't know why I did the back, considering I kind of can't use the back, unless I put it here again, which I don't want to do. I just don't. We'll work that out in a minute. But I did do both sides, and I think it looks really, really cool. So that is what we're going to do this week. We're going to use this range a little bit more. So that's going to use stuff out of the Write Your Own Tomorrow red note paper, the sticker book, and it's out of the Inspiration Paper Lovers book, the new one, which I've also done a walkthrough of, so I will link it down below for you. But it's got some of this range in it as well. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use out of each one yet. We'll work that out when we get there. But that's the three things I'm probably going to use it out of. So to start with, I'm going to use the note paper. And I am going to use this bright red page. So just tearing it out. So I'm just grabbing my little paper trimmer, and the reason I'm going to use my little paper trimmer first, like you can see it's not actually big enough to use on this, but I'm going to cut off the Today is the Day bottom on it, because I do want to use that later. So I'm just going to put that off to the side for now, and that then makes this small enough to work on. So I'm going to run these down this side. Oh, I may have made a boo-boo there. It's alright, we'll put a sticker. It'll be fine. I'm only just short. Just check. Don't do what I just did. Check first before you cut. Measure twice, cut once. Stupid things I should have learned from tech class. So I'm going to run these down the side, and I'm going to do it out of necessity this week because I actually have torn this hole, so I want to make sure it's got some strength to it so that I don't accidentally tear it out. I just knocked my planner off my chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to just cut 2 strips, and I'm just going to use the measurements on the side of here. So I'm going to cut it first, see if it's the right width, and because I've got plenty of paper I can, and just see how that looks. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to have it that width, and then I'll fix up the sticker in a minute. So just do that on for both sides. And I'm just grabbing my cutting mat just because it protects my desk a little bit. So I'm just going to glue those into place. And for both sides, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on the bottom and leave it the gap at the top, because that's where I can put the stickers. I am back to using the I still don't know how to say this, Kokuyo, I don't know, the Dotliner tape, because the Bostik one's still getting on my nerves. I used it to do the envelope when I was just playing with it the other day, and it just made such a mess. So all I do is just if I do go over, I just give the dots a rub so they lose their stickiness, so that way it doesn't stick to the piece of paper. And just make sure that this is actually sat down so that this actually does strengthen it. So just stick that there like that, and then just ignore the fact that we're a little short on top. And then just do the same thing with the other side. I haven't done that one very straight. If I spin it over, you'll see what I mean. But I'm too scared to rip it up, so I'm just going to leave it that way. So I'm just going to trim off all the excess. So there we go. I'm going to move that out of the way again. So that's what it looks like once I'm done. So the next thing I'm going to do is just rub all the pencil out. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put the today is the day bit actually up the top there, and that then solves this problem. Then I can just put a sticker on that side. And I always seem to do, maybe I should do it that side. Might do it that side instead. I always seem to do it on the right hand side, but maybe it's about time I did something on the left. So the first thing I'm going to do, because this is already really thick, I'm going to try and cut this not as close to the words as I can, because I don't want to be that close, but just to give it a bit less on the top. Now if you're really pedantic, of course you can actually measure that, but you guys know I'm not, so. Now do I want to leave it just like that, or do I want to cut it a little bit more? I might just trim it just a little bit more on the bottom. Okay. And then just going to glue. You don't have to glue all along it, because you've obviously got bits that are going to stick out. And then just put it as close to the text being centered as you can. You don't need to do it perfectly, but just have it as close to centered as you can. There we go. And then just cut off the excess the same way we just did. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys like this is actually a tutorial, and it's not. It's just a playing with me thing. I don't know why I'm talking funny today. I think I've been watching too many tutorials on YouTube. There we go. So you can obviously tell, if you wanted to be really super quadruple worried about it, you could have done it in a different way, but oh well. We might put a sticker there to cover that in a minute. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that decoration tape, which I just moved now, I can't find it. And I'm just going to run it, actually I'm going to put a sticker on that top first before I do that. So I'm just going to grab the sticker book. It's a shame there's only one red one really. I'm going to grab this. No, I'm not, it's too big. I was going to get that one that said dream big, but I don't, it's not wasting, but I don't want to put a whole big sticker there. It just seems like it's a bit much. I'm going to get this one here. Bring a little bit of this paler orange into it. So you're putting it right at the top there. Didn't quite sit straight, but oh well. There's like a little flag at the top there. Kind of like it. And then I'm going to run the decoration tape just along the top. Oh, it's not doing a very good job. What's it doing? You don't have to push hard to get it to come out properly, but it is gorgeous. I really do like it. Making sure I put the lid back on. So the next thing I'm going to do is just try and work out where I'm going to put this week. Just trying to find the right spot for it is a little difficult. So last week I actually stuck it down, and I don't want to do it too many times over there, and I almost don't want, I want to put holes in it because I want it to flip, but I don't at the same time because it's so pretty. Oh, what do I do? I might put it on this side. That way my weekend is a little freer. And just put the holes in it. Just because that's what you do. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually punch out the holes. I didn't even realise I hadn't done that yet. So I'm just going to punch the holes out of both sides, and then I'll be back to do the next bit. There we go. So I'm just grabbing a pencil. I'm just going to put that basically where I want it. I just want it to sit a little bit higher than normal weeks. And then we'll just punch this out. And this is something I noticed the other week too. If I actually keep the list in where I want it and then punch, then at least it's going to already have that hole there. And I don't have to worry about actually punching the list. You might not actually get any of it, but in fact I don't think I did. Yes, I did. But that way it's going to sit exactly where you want it. It just saves you having to do it later. So it's going to sit just there. Alrighty. So now we get to do the fun writing in of things. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back in just a sec. Go. That's then what it looks like when it's all done. Sorry, my computer's just decided to do a reset and it's right in front of me, so I've got to ignore it. So what I'm going to do now is the fun decoration part. I can get this back in where it's supposed to be. There it is. So as you know, I'll always leave the envelope where I need it to be so that it kind of, then you get a whole overall view of it. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I think I'm going to take my chance now. I'm going to make my own tag a little bit. So this is just a cardboard tag. I think I got this from Officeworks a little while ago. So what I'm going to do is just grab a sticker or something of the like. Yeah. So I'm going to grab this one here that says Stay Curious. what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it off to the side for a sec. I want to use a bit more of this red because I need to bring in a little bit more red to this side. So I'm going to cut out, I'm going to grab my ruler. So it's 4.5 by, say by 7.5, so you make it 3.5 by 6.5. You should get a slightly smaller square or rectangle. 3.5 by 6.5. Because my trimmer should make this square, I'm not panicking too much if that's not completely square, because this will make it square. Oops. Go. Now because these corners are rounded on this particular tag, I'm just going to round these off too. And just going to stick that down. I'm just going to put a little bit more, just as a test, because I haven't used this on the red paper before. I just want to see what it looks like. Yeah, no, it still looks good. I just want to run that just along the bottom there. I'm actually just going to stick that down. So just as this is purely decorative, and just because I felt like making something for a change, it's just nice to do something different every once in a while. And then just because we've used a bit of the metallic up here, I just want to grab something else with a bit of that metal in it. Just going to get this, I want to use something red. There we go. Get one of the flowers and one of these little birds. I'm going to put the bird in that corner. Oops. Make them line up. Okay, so then I'm just looking to see if I like the balance of it, if there's anything else I need to add. I don't think there is. Probably end up adding extra stuff in afterwards, but I am going to leave it just like that. I think that looks really cool. Again, very, very simple kind of way of doing things, but simple is sometimes the most effective, I think. So yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. If you guys like this, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any sort of other ways you think I could use the Write Your Own Tomorrow range, let me know. I really do love this range, and I think I said it in the, when I used the red side of it for the monthly decoration that I did, I think it was in March. I'll link the video down below anyway. I really like the red side. I never thought I would. I thought the red side would be the side that I hated, but it's actually growing on me almost more than the blue. So yeah, that's it. If you did, as I said, if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to make sure you don't miss the next one, please subscribe. I am on Instagram now, so I will link that and my Facebook page down below so you guys can check that out too. And that's pretty much it. I will see you again next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.